Hello, everybody. We're back again with a video, and this is after it's been pretty long. It's been around 10 to 12 hours since the match against between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona have been concluded, and Atletico are now passed through in the finals of the Copa del Rey. This is our first final in past 13 years. It's a really big moment because historically Atletico has been struggling in this tournament, and it has a lot of different winners for every year almost here and there. And if you look at it, Copa del Rey is a pretty important trophy for a lot of Spanish teams because this is where they have the opportunity to get their hands on the glory for a lot of teams. That is why there are a lot of different winners, and they tend to prioritize this a lot. So it's a big thing for us because, as I said, we have been struggling in this, but this was our third back-to-back semi-final, and now we are here in the final, finally defeating the team which previous season eliminated us. Okay. And the first leg, we just utterly dominated Barcelona with a 4-0 victory. And in the second leg, which was at Camp Nou, what happened yesterday was something which, a lot of Barcelona fans are rightfully saying. But you know what? This was something which was said by the commentator in English that Barcelona may have won the match, but we have won the war. That is exactly the thing which Atletico has done. And yes, Barcelona, take all the pride you want in this win because you guys deserve this. You played a really good brand of sport, but it's Atletico in the end who won. Okay. And I have a lot of things to say. There are things to criticize about the team and about the limitation of the team. But also before that, I need to first get out this thing about Barcelona fans and this whole footballing community, how they have just simply made this thing all about themselves, all about the team Barcelona, which I understand has been dominating force in Spain, in Spanish football for past at least 20 years, and it's something which you cannot deny. And they have played some amazing football with, and especially this team under Flick, and what these La Masia kids have been doing there, it's insane, and they deserve every credit they get. Pau Cubarsí, man, what a defender for Spain. This guy is insane. Lamine Yamal, again a complete forward. The guy is just metamorphing into a complete forward from just being a dribbler, a guy with a flair, a youngster with a flair, to being a complete forward. And he's definitely out there among the top 10, top 5 players in this world without a shadow of that doubt. Rafinha, man, that guy's a bull. Kind of things he does, the kind of pressing, the kind of being the forefront, the main leader for this team, it's just insane. And alongside that, Pedri, man, again a player whom you just don't want to get near to because you won't be able to get the ball from him. That guy's insane. Again, this team, the talent which they have in terms of the forward output, it's how can you not appreciate it, right? That's for sure. But people say all this things which were being said about Atletico being playing the Talibani football, haram ball football and all. Yes, it was. We did park the bus. Atletico parked the bus in this match, but Simeone knew that this park the bus is not the best park. This defensive performance of Atletico is definitely not the best which we have ever given in our whole lifetime under the Simeone rule, Simeone managerial career, to be precise. This team, it has those pragmatism of which the peak Atletico had, but it's not the same team. We are getting more into attacking places. The whole season has been like that, and that is exactly the reason why we are this way in terms of our defense. The defense has been shaky throughout the season, and that is also something which a team like Barcelona showed in this match. The reason why we won is because of all the brownie points, of all the amazing performance, of all the amazing domination which Atletico did, for which Atletico deserves the win. They deserve this semi-final win, triumph, and because of which they are now through to the finals. Okay, no matter how great of a performance Barcelona did in this match, it's Atletico Madrid because of how great they were in front of their fans. Just like how Barcelona have been great in front of their fans at Camp Nou, it's because of which we are there in the finals. Okay, I don't want to talk about final. I want to win this trophy. That's one thing for sure. Atletico should be winning this trophy. There are no excuses. And I would like to also say one thing, I have always backed Simeone, but if this match was we were close to that position, I was really furious when the third goal got in, and I was like, if we bottle this now, if Atletico bottle this semi-final, then Simeone's time is officially over. I wouldn't have mind sacking that person at that position. Cholo, as much how emotionally this guy is with this club, and emotionally he has bring a lot of international fans to this team, But what in this match would have happened at that position was not acceptable. Yes, the defense is shaky. You've got a 22-year-old Mark Pubil, who hardly have played a complete season in La Liga. This was probably like he hasn't even played 50 La Liga matches, and he's playing such a big match against such an insane team. Now you're gonna say, like, comparing this to La Masia won't be, like, right to him. But come on, man, Mark Pubil, that guy, just how much credit Barca deserves, he also deserves. That one last man tackle which he gave to Rafinha, and like how he was solid at the back in spite of all the like flurry of attacks and everything. He still is not that much experience, that's for sure. He needs to learn more, but he's been solid, and I would say I can see why Simeone is trying to make him, like, he's pushing him to the centre back position, and that guy really did some work. Hanko, I was a bit cautiously optimistic with him because he was the best defender in Eredivisie throughout the last 2 seasons he played for Feyenoord, and he has been showing that, like, he have some limitation, I would say. Like, he's a good centre back, but he's not that great, or the top 3 top 5 centre back, maybe not even like top 10. If we are to rank in top 10, he'll be probably around 11 or 12, 13 position. That will be the best he'll get. But the experience that guy has of playing at top matches, at these big matches, is exactly what is needed for this team. But again, as I said, a lot of the flair which Barcelona showed was so insane, was so intense. Them constantly getting front, and this team was like absorbing every single ounce of pressure which was being thrown at them. There was no wonder the goal was there. I'm kind of disappointed with our set piece defending, because 2 goals got from the set piece. This was also previously in the first leg of Copa del Rey and that 4-all draw. This is exactly the thing which happened here as well. Okay, we need to improve our set piece defending. We need to get a better set piece coach, that's for sure. And I need to talk about another guy, whom nobody will give credit to, nobody will talk about, but the performance he gave for hardly the time he plays for this team, that is Juan Musso. He's not at the Oblak level, giving solid performances for 40 matches a season. But the performance he has given in the Copa del Rey, it's insane, man. Like, this match, he was really solid. There was just one moment where he hesitated. Other than that, he did his best. Every goal except, of course, maybe, penalty, because not all keepers are great penalty stoppers, and some who are great penalty stoppers may not be great keeper overall. Okay, so other than that, the goals which got in was because of the switch off or the leakiness which this defense have, because this Barcelona team, they were pressing us hard, we were pressing them, we were absorbing pressure between them, they were using their individual brilliance, because of which they were getting the balls in and everything. Musso did so many saves in this match. There were around 15 corners or so, I don't know, but you have to praise that guy, and that is exactly the reason he deserves to be in this Copa del Rey, medal. He deserves that. This team needs to win this. There is no other way. I'm saying this right now. And it's been a pretty long since Atletico have gotten themselves a hands on a trophy, a decent one. We should be getting that now. And one more thing, if we'll get it, I'll show you guys my face. That'll be my face reveal. But that's my part. For all those people who don't know, I just do voiceovers for most part. Okay, but that is what I have to say, man. Simeone, he is transitioning his team to a more attacking team, and between them getting back to the original groove is always tricky, because the defense is not as good as it was. And of course, there is this team have a lot of young players. You talk about even Simeone, Cholizo, Simeone's son, Obeid Vargas, Rodrigo Mendoza, Mark Pubil, and even Matteo Ruggeri. Ruggeri did best of what he could. He has a ceiling. He's good in terms of giving that attacking output and crosses and all for a player like Sorloth, and link up with a guy like Lookman, with whom he has done at Atlanta as well. But he's not the Filipe Luis. Okay, I'm gonna put it that way, to stop a player like Yamal. He did his best, but again, it was a bit better than Javi Galan. That's the best I can say to him. But again, it's a ceiling. I hope he improves a bit more and get a bit more better in terms of with experience and all. But this is what it is currently. And talking about Marcos Llorente, yeah, either or Llorente or Llorente is precise. That guy has been a workhorse. He's been playing consistently for so many matches for past 3-4 season. And you know what? He's the most underrated player. I've said this before. I'm gonna say this thing again. He was important. He can play anywhere. He had to get into the midfield because at that last moment to get that physicality and all. And this team did its best, and we are in the final. No matter what happened and whatever you wanna say, there are things you can criticize this team for this match. I understand why we played this way, but we won the war and we're in the final. Atletico Madrid will play the 2026 Copa del Rey final, and that's a fact. And that is it for this video. I hope you like this video. Do make sure to put down your own thoughts, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.